Good morning, good evening, good afternoon and good night, wherever you may be on this crazy and wacky planet of ours. This is Stamp Collecting Fun and we are into another dive into the box to discover Switzerland, Romania and Polska, Poland, to the likes of you and me. So I think, once this box ends then we can start looking at another. I'm going to be looking at something. What do they call them? Topicals. So like horses or buses or butterflies. There's always something new. So with whatever's left over, I'm going to start a topical from the big box and see where that takes us, and then maybe we'll get back to Europe again after. But before we do that, what's going on here? Well, I've been watching a bit of cowboy stuff, so I thought, what about a stick-up? So what does the cowboy usually want? Well, he wants money, gold usually. Well, this cowboy is different. He says, give me all your Weimars, your plebiscites, and your Channel Islands. He wants stamps. And, so the usual suspects are here somewhere. Adolf the mouse. I'm sure there's a cup of tea there, and it's a bit of fun. By the way, don't go holding up post offices looking for stamps. These are not the stamps you seek. These are not the stamps you seek. We want used stamps or mint stamps from the past, stamps that are no longer used. You get the idea. Yeah. So that's a bit of fun. Don't sue me. Don't ban me off YouTube. Let's see how far we get with this. That's a healthy amount, and immediately one pops out of Polska, Poland. Probably the name of the ship there, so that's quite nice to begin. Oh, a nice strip of USA. That's quite a nice strip, but I don't need it anymore. The Italian strip is no longer required. Victor Emmanuel with his very bristly, and here we have the Belgian King Badouin. We've got all of those. More Italy. I may have to get rid. I do this have this a number of times. It's that dam, and it is a bit of a mess. I may pass on that at this time. Bhutan with a train, an old train and a modern day train. That's nice. Centenary of the Universal Postal Union, and there we have the horn. 1874 to 1974. So proof, if proof was needed, that it is a universal, worldwide phenomena. We all love a letter wherever you live. Romana, big old beetle stamp that, isn't it? Big. Not one we're after at the moment. Oh, I can't work out where it is, but somebody will tell me. Hungary. Had my fill of Hungary. Here we have Romana again. That's quite nice. I think that's a map. So that's two from Hungary. Princess Di before wedding, Solomon Islands, nice. A nice Poland stamp here. Cracovia, that's nice. So that goes there. We crack on. Here we've got Deutschland. I don't want to get into modern Deutschland. There is a time coming when I will have to. State of Bahrain. That's a pretty good state. Bahrain, Romana. Yes, that will be required, I believe. Czechoslovenska, this is the nurse one. I think I've got that. Or housewife. No, nurse, I think. I've got that a few times. Ooh, Polska, that's lovely. Traditional bread making. Who doesn't like bread? I particularly like the tiger loaf at the moment from Lidl. They're doing them in halves, which for the single man, it makes an old man very happy. Just half a loaf. So that is quite nice. I'm sure they're making a profit out of it. But, well, I don't blame them. Deutschland there. Let's say that's a lovely stamp. Konifo, the Republic of Indonesia. Nippon. I'm going to say that's Japan. I'm wrong, of course. Is it Japan? I think it's China, after all of that. Me trying to be clever. Sri Lanka. Polska. I've seen this a number of times, I'm sure I must have it. Or maybe I'm just seeing it because I've been through my washing machine numerous times. Polska, it would be that way. So Papilio Macheon. We haven't had any Switzerland ones. That's interesting. What is this? Czechoslovensko. I'm going to keep that out because I don't recognise it too much. Deutschland flour. Hungary. These are those Hungary ones. They need a page of their own. I think this one would be of interest. Yeah, Romana. So we're getting quite a few of those. And actually, we're actually going quite deeply into this big pile, which I thought I was going to need more time to fulfill and have to put back. Can't work that out. I think it's Deutsches Reich, pre-war 30s. Oh, it's nice. I'm going to keep it out. Simply because I do have that German collection going on. Though it is Bundespost rather than pre and war, but there are pages in there for war. That is the Italy stamp that I've got numerous times. More Hungary. Polska, a bent one. 200 slots. Österreich. Oh, a yellow stamp. Hellas. Well, that is going to be kept out because I do not have that in my Hellas collection. My Greek collection, Helvetia, is there. So that's a nice one. First of its day. I think that's Greece again. It is, and I don't know why I ain't got it, but I have now. Interesting, isn't it, that this will be the third or fourth time I've been through that box and still Greek stamps are coming out, other stamps as well. So it shows that there are sleepers out there. I've got that particular Switzerland stamp many times already in my collection. Österreich. Bad Castine of the Republic of Austria. They were, of course, joined with the Hungarian-Austrian Empire, then with Germany, and then finally they are their own people. What's this? Leo? Is that Laos? Could be. 3 more stamps. We may have to get another pinch. Oh, Polska, that's nice. You know, there's a lot going on in that. There's a bang on the nose cancel, which is all smudgy and not very nice. A bit of a bend in there. So it's been through the wars. Nice. I think that's nice. And this also is interesting because that should be in my German collection, in my stock book, I should say. So that will be taken there. And then we have this, maybe, you know, I've seen this stamp before. And I think it may be Portugal, an early one. What's interesting is, look how thin the edge is there, the white bit stuff. and thick here. It must mean something to somebody. What it means, I am totally perplexed. Citizen. I think that's Poland, but I'm going to keep it out anyway and see. What have we got in here? Well, we got an empty bag. So we just have a couple more, just for giggles, just for fun. Norga. Norga deserves its own page, I think. It will be coming. Middle Eastern car in a mess. Absolute mess. This has got to be surely India or India postage a pair. Quite a nice pair. Colour. Don't know. Let's look for a Polska one here. This is quite old. What about that? Be 1955 maybe. Krakowa. I don't know, but it's a nice one. I like that. And following up with a nice fishy one for Romana. That is quite nice. China. Again, you can see China. It's got that box and it's got that line coming down. I know I repeat that, but it helped me a lot learning that. Deutsches Bundespost, keep that out. Sure, I've got it. Bulgaria, USA. More Germans. Keep those out. Vietnam. 1955. There's something interesting about Vietnam. Pre-war, war, post-war. Very interesting place. And, you know, a place of stamps, of interesting stamps. There that's the Deutsches Bundespost again, so I need that. Though I have many of them. I mean many. And this one here of the birds. Again, I've got a lot of those. So all in all, I've got a couple of things to look up here. Deutsches Reich has to go in my German section. Czechoslovakia will go into the Czech page, unless the Czech pages are totally full now. Bundespost there, 3 of them, 4. This needs to be investigated. And Greece, 2 Greece. Then we got this lot here for Polska, this smaller pile for Romania, just about 2 or 3, but I suspect that 2 of them I've already got. See, this is the post horn again. That's going to be the postman's stamp. Interesting. That is it for now. I think, you know what? Buy your stamps on eBay. It will come through the post office and to your door, rather than going to the post office and holding up anyone saying, give me all your stamps. Give me all your Helvetias and Romanas and Polskas. I don't think Cyril there would have much idea about what was going on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Sun's trying to peep out. I might get my shorts on later. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.